When are we going to solve this problem? No, seriously, when the fuck are we going to solve this problem? I feel like a broken record along with thousands, if not millions of people in the United States. Inflation is a problem. Rent is too damn high. Okay, we have an all-time problem. People are having trouble paying their bills, keeping up with their expenses as prices of goods, as prices of everything continue to skyrocket. Now, with this absurd inflation, people have to dig into their 401k retirement savings just to stay afloat. This is an article by CNN, that fucking left liberal news network, but they finally put out something noteworthy. More Americans are yanking money from their 401k plans just to pay the bills. They are having to, it has gotten so bad that they have to go to their savings and investment for retirement, take out money that is penalized to tax withdrawals just to pay their bills. This has gotten such an absurd and insane problem that nobody is doing not a damn fucking thing about it. You can't depend on the people in Washington. You can't depend on no Congress members. You can't depend on no politician to solve this shit. We are telling them this is a problem. The middle class is going extinct right before our very eyes. And what are they doing? They're sitting on their hands and he's saying, oh, well, we don't give a fuck. We're good over here with our millions. Joe Biden and his dumbass self. I'm good over here with my millions. You guys figure it out. We're gonna keep jacking the price of goods. We're gonna keep skyrocketing the price of people buying homes. We're good over here. We already lived the American dream. The American dream was for us. Now you guys have to pay the debt of that because most of us are dead or close to dying anyways. This has just gotten absurd. Absurd. A growing number of cash-strapped Americans are cracking their nest eggs for emergencies funds. The number of 401k plan participants taking hardship distributions increased by 13% by the second and third quarters, according to an analyst by Bank of America of its clients' employees benefits program. The figure now stands at 18,040, the highest level in at least the past 5 quarters since Bank of America started tracking this data. The growing reliance of 401k plans as a source of the urgent cash is further evidence of consumer financial stress heading into the 2024 election year. Despite the high GDP and low unemployment, some Americans are clearly facing a cash crunch and struggling to pay the bills. This is not a game. They are struggling to pay bills. This is not a fucking game. People are like, how the hell am I gonna keep a roof over my head, the lights turned on in my house, food in my stomach, clothes on my back? How am I gonna keep a car in my driveway? 401k, you should not ever be touching your 401k. That is supposed to be for your retirement. And the fact that now they have made it so bad, the Nimrods in Washington, D.C. have made it so bad for the American people, they are no longer going to have nothing for retirement. They're going to have to work until they're 70, 80, if not dead. And we just sit back on social media, continue to talk about the same shit, and not a damn thing gets done. The government works for the people. We don't work for it. When are we going to come to say, you know what, enough is enough? Have some type of mutiny. Hell, march the fucking Capitol for crying out loud. They did it in January 6th a couple years ago. Why can't we do it? Why can't they do it again? They are destroying the American financial system. They are destroying the middle class. And we are sitting on our hands and knees taking that shit up the ass. Are you fucking kidding me? I am so disappointed in this generation. The fact that people see the shit what's going on and not a damn thing gets done about it. And most of it is not their fault because they don't have nothing to choose from. Both parties, left to right, Democrat, Republican. I tend more towards Republican because the Democrats are just fucking crazy. They're loony. They're out of touch. They're all evil. But the Republicans are bad too. Both of them. do not have the best interest of the American people at heart, and yet we are subdued to vote for these fucks every 2 to 4 years while they continuously destroy us financially every chance that they get. This is absurd, man. This is really absurd. It's bullshit. Despite high GDP and low unemployment, since some Americans are clearly facing a cash crunch, I already said that, to struggling to pay bills. Lisa Morgans, managing director of Bank of America's Retirement Research and Insight Group, said that the rising number of 401k hardship contributes could be caused by high inflation. Could be caused by high inflation? You mean is caused by high inflation? The fuck you mean could be? It is caused by high inflation that you guys are putting into effect. Could be caused. You gotta be fucking kidding me. And the rising cost of living. As COVID era savings shrinks, more and more consumers are turning to a costly way to borrow. Credit cards, despite record high credit card balances, has swelled by $148 billion over the past year to $1.08 trillion. That is fucking ridiculous. Now people are in so much credit card debt. We have tripled the credit card debt from $1 billion, $148 billion, to a damn trillion in the span of 12 months. That has to be, that I've never seen that before in my life. That is insane. According to a report from the New York Federal Reserve revealed Wednesday, the same report also found that the share of household newly delinquent of credit cards is at an all-time highest level, in a dozen years. Others are leaning on their retirement accounts for cash. Bank of America said the number of 401k participants taking hardship distributions increased by 27% from the first quarter of this year. The average withdrawal amount was steady at $5,070. Bank of America's clients' employee benefit programs are comprised of more than 4 million plan participants. The bank found that 0.59% of 401k participants took a hardship distribution last year, up 0.52% in the second quarter and 0.49% the year before. According to the IRS, for a distribution from a 401k plan to be considered a hardship, it must be made because of an immediate and heavy financial need and limited to the amount necessary to satisfy the financial plan. The 401k participants get taxed on the cash withdrawal. It is subject to income tax and the money is not paid back to the account. Again, anytime you take out money from your 401k before you are 59 or whatever age you have it said, it's going to be when you're old as fuck. That is subject to get taxed. So the government says, hey, get our 401k. It's going to be your retirement savings. It's going to be an investment account for you to retire and live comfortably. Oh, but you can't touch that money until you're 59. And if you do touch it, because we raised the price of everything, because we have a dumbass president in office who doesn't know where he's at half the fucking time. If you do touch your own money, it is subject to get taxed. So the government says we are going to take more and more of your money outside of the money that we already take off from your paycheck. We're going to take money from your 401k. So your own money that you have saved, that is working for you, and investing in stocks and whatnot. They said, yeah, 10, 15, 20%, that's us. Thank you. We're your silent partners. Thank you. This whole system, this whole economic system has been designed to be a scam when it was first created. It's fucking ridiculous, guys. People are struggling. If you're a multimillionaire, this doesn't concern you. If you are an average 9 to 5 working Joe who gets up every single morning to bust their ass, to pay the bills, to provide for yourself, to provide for your family, you are drowning, and we feel the pain because people are getting more tired. People have had enough. People now have to go get another job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, just to barely make ends meet. And we're saying, guys, this is crazy. I can't even afford to buy a fucking meal, yet you got this dumbass president continuously send hundreds of billions of dollars to Israel and Ukraine. Meanwhile, you can't even help out the own people on this land. If that's not a travesty, if that's not something that needs to be talked about, then I don't know what the hell we're doing. But this is their plan. Operation destroy the middle class. Operation make the American people broke. If you ain't rich, we don't give a fuck about you. If you're trying to get rich, good luck. If you think their American dream is hard work, put your 40 hours in, work for 40 years, get a pension, that is out the window no more. They have destroyed it. Your 401k, they have destroyed it. Your retirement, you living that good life after you put in all that time to work, they have destroyed it. It was a design plan. I really hope that when 2024 comes, this time around, election year, that people make a better choice based on what's given to us. You see what happened when Biden is in office. He has fucked everything up financially. Come next year, I hope the people make the right, better choice. There's no right choice in politics. There's just only a better choice. But I feel the American people on this, man. They have those dumbasses in Washington, D.C. have made it so impossible for people in this generation to retire. Nobody's going to be able to buy a house. Nobody's going to be able to buy land. Nobody's going to be able to buy a car, to buy something that they say that they own, because they have bumped up the prices so damn high, it's out of reach. And this was their plan. The American dream was for them because they're dead or close to dying, not for us. And we have to pay the debts for their dumbass financial decisions. All those billions of dollars that Ukraine is getting, Israel's getting, where do you think that's coming from? Our taxes. Anybody else notice that they're getting taxed a little bit more and more and more each check, each year? It's coming out of us. It's coming from our paychecks. We're overworked and underpaid. People have had enough. It's time for something that needs to be done about this situation. Let me know what you guys think about this whole article about people having to go into their 401k retirement savings account just to pay bills, because it has just gotten absurd out here in this ridiculous economic times. Do you guys agree, disagree? Leave your comments down below. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Deuces.